forces confidence?
Yeah, I think so. It's not going to say 100 anymore. So if I can find some other positive thing in it, then that's big for me.
So speaking of big, first inning when Freddie hits that ball out for you, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, it changes the whole complexion of the game. I think at least, well, not just at least, for me for sure and for our team for sure. I think if you look at the numbers in terms of playoff baseball, whoever scores first, I've talked kind of ad nauseum about grabbing momentum or keeping momentum and how important that is for playoff baseball, and there's not much bigger you can do on the road than hit a big home run first inning.
I've asked some hitters this question. You faced Freddie. How would you describe his swing?
The swing isn't it. For me, facing him, I felt like he was on time all the time for everything that I threw. And if you look at the simplicity of his approach and his setup, and it makes a lot of sense why you can hit any pitch anywhere. And he uses he hits the ball to left. And, he hit a homer off me in 20 in the playoffs that I think there's very few people in the world that can hit the pitch that I threw him for a homer, and that was the hardest he's ever hit a ball in the big leagues. But
what was the pitch?
It was a heater up in. I think he hit it about 118. I think Mookie almost jumped for it and right. But he's a special player, and somehow it gets a little bit lost. We have Mookie, Shohei, and Freddie, but you got two elite players, and we have a third one who happens to be a top 20 baseball player in the world that we don't talk a ton about. And he certainly showed up in the past 3 or 4 games. Thank you.
Kurt, you talked about the cold last time you were here.
Yep.
And trying to you feel better in the cold. Can you talk about it tonight?
Yeah, in college I threw a ton of games in the cold, and it's something that you kind of got to get used to. And I don't know what it is. I like to feel tight, so I think that probably has something to do with it.
Did you feel the same vertical break tonight, like the time on City Field?
There's a wind tunnel in City that makes the ball do crazy stuff, but in terms of me and my throw, I felt pretty similar.
What about going 5? Did you feel?
Yeah, it's huge. I would love to go 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever, but I've gone to all stretch, and I like the way my hand lines up better out of the stretch right now, and it's kind of tiring, man. So you don't have quite the rhythm, and you got to generate a lot. And where the game was at, and kind of the faith in our bullpen, I think it was a relatively easy decision for Doc. And those last 2 innings, I kind of skated through, and I'm obviously excited to go 5, but it worked out.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.